Hi there, and welcome to this lesson on Pure Mathematics 2. And in this lesson, we're on Chapter 1, 1.1, and we're looking at algebraic fractions. In particular, we're looking at how you simplify algebraic fractions. Now, the methods that we use, they're exactly the same methods that we use with normal fractions. It feels more complicated because we're dealing with algebraic expressions rather than just numbers. When we're able to, we divide the numerator and denominator of the fraction by the same algebraic factor. This is sometimes called cancelling, and that's probably what I'll call it most of the time. If we're able to factorize the top or the bottom of the fraction, then that makes it easier to see what we can divide by, what we can cancel. Okay, let's go straight into some examples. So 4 questions. We're wanting to simplify these fractions. That means we need to divide the top and the bottom by the same algebraic expression. That could just be x, or it could be a factor in brackets. Okay, I'll let you have a go at these yourself first. So pause the video, have a go, and then come back to me again when you're ready. Okay, let's have a look at these. A couple of ways of doing this first question. What I'll do is I'll factorize the top. So every term on the top has an x in it, so I can take x outside the brackets, and that's what I get inside the brackets. And then I've got x on the top of the fraction, I've got x on the bottom of the fraction. What I'm really doing is dividing the top of the fraction by x, dividing the bottom of the fraction by x. What it feels like is you just cancel the fraction, which is why you have the term cancelling. So cancelling the 2x's just leaves me with 9x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. I'd have divided by 1, but if you're dividing by 1, then you don't need to write it as a fraction. That is the answer. Question 2. Now, question 2, there are no tricks, no catches here. The top is factorized into 2 things being multiplied together. The bottom has one of those things on it. So from the numerator, we can cancel the 2x minus 5. From the denominator, we can cancel the 2x minus 5. And that takes us straight to the answer, which is just 3x plus 2. Question 3, a little bit more work needed here. You're going to have to factorize the quadratic on the numerator of the fraction first of all. Factorizing that gives us x plus 3 times by x plus 2. And then we have a common factor on the top and bottom of the fraction. We can cancel these, and that just leaves us with x plus 2. And the last question, again, we can factorize the top of the fraction. So the numerator will factorize into x plus 2 times by x minus 5. And again, we've got a common factor on the top and the bottom. We can cancel those, and that will just leave us with x plus 2. Okay, 3 more examples. Exactly the same idea. Just a little bit more tricky. Again, I'll let you have a go at these yourself first. So pause the video and then come back to me again when you're ready. Okay, let's have a look at these. So the first one, the denominator has been factorized, but we need to factorize the numerator. Well, that factorizes into x plus 4 times by x minus 3. We've got a common factor on the top and the bottom, which we can cancel. But this time we'll still have a factor on the top and on the bottom. So the answer will be x minus 3 divided by x plus 1. Now, a small thing. Whenever you have a fraction, brackets are implied to be written down. I've chosen not to write them down because you don't have to. But just be aware, when you're doing some harder work with fractions, it is useful to include the brackets. Otherwise, it's quite easy to make a mistake with pluses and minuses. But on these sort of questions, there are no issues at all. You don't need to write the brackets, so I wouldn't do. Question 6, again, we can factorize the top, and that factorizes into 2x plus 3 times by x plus 2. Then we've got a common factor on the top and the bottom. Cancelling those will give us 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 3. And the last question, a little bit more fiddly this. We need to factorize the top, and it takes 2 stages. The first thing to notice is that x goes into all three terms. So we can take x outside the brackets, leaving x squared plus 2x minus 8 inside the brackets. And then in the brackets, we have a quadratic, which we can factorize in the normal way. So you'll get three terms on the top, x times by x plus 4 times by x minus 2 when we factorize this. And then there are two things that can be cancelled from the numerator and the denominator. We can cancel the x's, we can cancel the x plus 4s. And after we've done that, we'll be left with x minus 2 divided by x plus 7. Okay, that gets us to the end of this lesson. If you've got the textbook, then turn to page 2 and have a go at exercise 1A. Thank you very much for listening, and cheerio.